Hi, everyone, and welcome to the final edition of 2023 and this month at the IGSI. And hope you've had a great year. Has your Irish research gone well? Did you get a chance to visit any Irish festivals during the summer and fall? And maybe you took the big trip over across the pond. I had a chance to get over there this fall, and I have you ever been to the Whiskey Museum in Dublin? I had a chance to go visit, and we have a story about how they talk about the history and the culture of whiskey in Ireland. So, kind of interesting. We'll talk about that coming up here a little later on. But first, let's talk about what we have coming up for the month of December. We do have an Irish Saturday in December, and it'll be held on December 9th. So stop on by the Hoffman Research Library, which is located at the Minnesota Genealogy Center in Mendota Heights, Minnesota. Now, here's an opportunity to get some of your Irish research questions answered. The Minnesota Genealogy Center is located at 1385 Mendota Heights Road, Suite 100. You can also stop by the library during regular business hours. And to find out more about the library and the hours of operations, go to the website at mngs.org. And our last monthly webinar for 2023 will feature Jen Baldwin, who will be presenting a session called Strategic Searching on Findmypast. Now, that webinar is scheduled for December 16th. Jen works for Findmypast as a research specialist and North American content manager. Her presentation will help you to make the most of the site's resources by learning best practices and seeing different ways to search the site. She's a renowned presenter who will also help you to leverage the site to your greatest advantage in your research. The newest site will also be highlighted. In addition, one lucky registrant will receive a free one-year subscription to the site as a door prize. And as a holiday bonus from your friends at the IGSI, this webinar is free. Do you know about the history and the culture of Irish whiskey? Well, believe it or not, there's a museum out there. It's called the Irish Whiskey Museum, and they go into detail and they explain the history and the culture that's made up Irish whiskey. And believe it or not, there's over 23, in fact, there's like 24 distilleries in Ireland. Most of that you only find in Ireland. They won't be transporting that overseas to any place else. There's a few that do, but most of it is done in Ireland. So, what's the story behind this Irish Whiskey Museum? Well, here's the story on it. The museum is located right across the street from Trinity College on Grafton Street in the center of Dublin. They offer 4 types of tours, each with a different flavor to it. Each tour is unique, but the idea is that it celebrates the various distilleries that make up Ireland. In 2013, there were only 4 distilleries. Now there are 24, with another 28 on the way. The museum explains the history of Irish whiskey from centuries ago until now, and it is totally independent from any of the distilleries and centers on the island. They explain the importance of the Irish spirit throughout the history and give you the details on how it started and progressed through the years. You get a good feeling on how whiskey became an important part of Irish culture. Now, the day I was there, our guide Ellen gave the background on how whiskey was distilled back in the old days. There are 4 different rooms on the tour, each room with an explanation of the history of Irish whiskey. Then at the end of the tour, you get an opportunity to learn how to taste test the various brands that are available in Ireland and understand and how to tell the difference. And yes, there is a store where you can purchase small bottles and ask questions to experts that are on staff. It's not all serious. In fact, some of the rooms are quite hilarious as you are sitting there hearing the explanation of Irish whiskey. It's like someone from the past will come out of nowhere and tell you all about it themselves.
And looks it. Despite Bushnell's having the world's oldest.
Then at the end of the tour, you get an opportunity to learn how to taste test the various brands that are available in Ireland and understand what the difference is between the various whiskeys. And for the kids and those who don't drink, they also have soft drinks on hand as well. Do you know the most popular brand of whiskey in Ireland? They'll also explain that to you. The museum offers private events, and you can book a tour online. Most tours last about an hour. Are you a member of the IGSI? Or maybe you'd like to become a member of the Irish Genealogical Society International. Here's all you have to do. Head to the website at irishgenealogical.org. There you'll find the join link on the left side of the page, and that's where you can sign up and become a member. You can also register for any of the webinars this year on the website as well, and as a member you can also see past webinars from the previous year. And besides enjoying all the members' benefits, you can always sign in and go over many of the programs and services that the IGSI has to offer, and that would include viewing past webinars, surname interests, and the e-newsletter. So sign up now. And that is our last episode for 2023. Thank you very much for joining us this past year. Hope you've enjoyed all the stories and the events that we've been talking about this past year. And we look forward to seeing you again in 2024. And we have a number of plans that we've got going on for this coming year. So hope you stop by and take a look at what we've got going on. I have some video coming up here of my most recent trip to Ireland and Northern Ireland. Hope you enjoy it and hope you have a very nice holiday. And we look forward to seeing you in 2024. Donations to the Irish Genealogical Society International can be made on the website. Thank you in advance. For more information about the Irish Genealogical Society International, go to the website at irishgenealogical.org. And for questions regarding the podcast, send an email to podcast@irishgenealogical.org.